Good morning, thanks for joining me. It's Christine Crutcher from Create with Christine, and I am here with a Celebration Sunday, episode number 4 this week. So today I wanted to feature the Paper Blooms Designer Series paper from Sale-A-Bration, and I actually have it paired up with a stamp set also from Sale-A-Bration. So here's a look at the Paper Blooms. This is just a little sample of all 12 papers that you get. This is on page 3 of the Sale-A-Bration catalog, item number 155222. You can see the colors. It's Night of Navy, Old Olive, Petal Pink, Rococo Rose, Seaside Spray, and Soft Seafoam. So over here, no, wrong hand, this hand. Over here, these big giant circles, when I first saw them in the designer series paper, I immediately thought of ice cream. So I have a birthday card to share with you today, and I'm going to do a bonus card at the end. And so I used the Rococo Rose as kind of like my feature color in this one, but I have a bonus code that's a little bit different. And then I used the Soft Seafoam. So yeah, there's a real glare that way. So this is the card we're gonna make, and here's I'm using Approaching Perfection, and this is also from Sale-A-Bration. So Approaching Perfection, you can get this with any $50 order, and then you can also get the paper, the 12 by 12 Paper Blooms with any $50 order. So if you wanted both, you would have to place a $100 order in my online store during Sale-A-Bration. So, and it does run through February 28th. So we have just over a month left. So why don't I put my camera down and we will go ahead and get started this morning. Okay, so again, here's the stamp set that we're using, and here's the card. I'm just going to find myself in my feed to make sure I am in the frame okay, and we will go ahead and get started. Okay, so this looks pretty good. So there's a bunch of pieces on this card, and I am going to feature a bunch of the punches. So I have 3 punches I'm going to feature today along with the Paper Blooms and the Approaching Perfection stamp set. So let's just do our stamping to get that over with. And I have a strip of white cardstock that I'm going to stamp on, and I'm doing the Happy Birthday, and I'm going to stamp in Rococo Rose. So the first card, I'm really featuring Rococo Rose. Actually, I should say the only card, because this is the only one I'm going to stamp. But I have another version to show you. Okay, the wind is howling here this morning, so I hope that you can't hear that on the video. Okay, not bad, but I'm gonna flip over and try again. The hardest part of this stamp is getting it lined up on my little piece of cardstock. So that's 3/4 of an inch by 4. So when I was practicing, I was like, this is gonna be the hardest part. Okay, that's not too bad. So let's just go with that one. Get our ink out of the way. Good morning, Janine. Thanks for tuning in this morning. So I have it 3¼ by 4 inches because I want to punch out with the triple banner punch. So I'm going to do a banner on this end. So I'm just going to bring over my punch. And since this is the good side, I am going to actually, we use our punches upside down. So I'm actually going to put this upside down so I can see it at the other end. So see, if I put this all the way in, I would punch my sentiment. So I want to kind of find where my sentiment is, the exclamation point, and kind of come out a little bit. And I'm going to say, that looks good to me. Make sure this is unlocked. Okay. So now I have a cute banner in my Happy Birthday, and I'm going to keep it 4 inches long because it's going to get hidden by the other punch that I'm going to do. So for the rest of the card, it's just layering the pieces together, but I got to punch out my ice cream tops and I had another piece 3 1/4 by 4 ready to go in case I screwed up on both sides, by the way. So I have a couple other pieces. I have a piece of crumb cake, just a scrap. It's about maybe 2 by 2, and I want to do my ice cream cone, the bottom. So I'm just going to put this in the punch and try to get as close to the edge without losing much cardstock. So that was about 2 by 2, and I could probably get another one from this side, go in the opposite direction. So that's a tip for you on that. This is the ice cream cone builder punch. And I believe it went on low inventory this week, so if you want to get it with the bundle, it comes in a bundle with the sweet ice cream stamp set. I'm not using the stamp set today. But in the designer paper, let me grab it for a second, hold on. In the designer series paper, the paper blooms from Sale-A-Bration, there were all these kind of circular images, and for some reason, I love ice cream, so my brain totally went to ice cream when I saw these and had to make this card and the bonus card to share with you today. So I have a couple tips for punching them out with the ice cream punch. Is that this one was Rococo Rose, and I just kind of cut around the circle, and with the larger, it will fit right in the ice cream kind of topper. So I'm thinking maybe strawberry sherbet. Let me know what you see. What flavor is Rococo Rose and ice cream, the ice cream world? I'm getting hungry, and it's only 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm hungry for ice cream. And then I picked the smaller circle. Okay, so if you were gonna cut this out, to me, this is kind of just like wasted because it's not a complete circle. You could probably use this one for punches, maybe punching. One's kind of more old olive, and this one's the soft sea foam. So you might be able to punch out like leaves for something floral. So I might use that for another project later this week for Casing Tuesday. But I want to get my soft sea foam for my other topper. So if you were to cut this out, you would have to put it onto a Post-it note. Let me just do it so I can show you what I mean. Okay, so if I wanted to preserve this old olive piece, I'm going to put that aside, use it for Casing Tuesday, and I may have actually gotten rid of my Post-it notes. So let me grab a Post-it note. I thought I had some handy, but let me grab one. Okay, I'm back with a Post-it note. So you want to put it on the piece so you have something to hang on to. And then I'm going to slide my ice cream and get my little soft sea foam. So I'm thinking pistachio. Yeah, I'm thinking pistachio. Oh, raspberry is a good one too. Oh, got a little scrap there. Get that out of the way. Okay, so now I have my pieces, and for my third punch, I'm just going to get these to the side a little bit. Use the scalloped tag topper punch, and I have a piece of white cardstock that's 2 by 3 1/2, and I'm just going to put it all the way in and go down and punch out a little tag topper. So I used 3 punches if you've been paying attention. So now I can kind of build my ice cream cone on the tag. I'm going to use some liquid glue and put some liquid glue and kind of put my cone on first, and then my pistachio. And then my raspberry, I guess we'll call it. Sure. Okay, so there's my cute little ice cream cone. Hopefully I'm making you all hungry for ice cream. Ice cream for breakfast, woohoo! And now we just got to put all the pieces together. So, let's do my bow. I did a double bow, and I have a piece of linen thread. I kind of wanted the linen thread to kind of match with the crumb cake. This was a crumb cake scrap. And this is, I believe I did a 17-inch piece. So you know what? I'm just gonna kind of layer it up and cut it in half because it'll just be easier to do it this way. If you have a bow maker, you can use a bow maker and just make 2 loops and knot them together. You could also tie this through the little piece in the scallop tag topper punch. I tried that on one of my the first sample I made, and I didn't like it as much as just doing a bow myself and glue dotting it on. So I'm gonna glue dot this on. If bows aren't your thing, you could also just do a knot. So 17 inches doubled, so it makes a cute little bow, and then I have lots of extra so I can cut off, but you want something to kind of hang on to when you're making your bows. Okay, so let's go ahead and get all of our pieces together. I have a Rococo Rose card base, and then I am going to bring in some floral components of the designer series paper, the paper blooms. So I have this cute piece here with the Rococo as kind of the main color. So I thought this went perfect with my card. So this piece of designer paper is 2 by 5. Just add this on with a little bit of liquid glue. I'm going towards the bottom. This was a sketch I had from a long time ago. It might have been a really old Casing Tuesdays sketch. But towards the bottom, so there's 3 sides equal. And then I have a piece of soft seafoam cardstock, and this is 1.5 by 4.5 that I'm gonna layer over top of the designer series paper. So you kind of get a peek of the designer series paper coming through. And then I want to put on my sentiment first. So I kind of went all the way over to the edge of the designer series paper. And don't worry about the excess on the other side, because we're going to cover that up with the ice cream cone on the scallop tag punch. Okay. So now I can kind of decide where I want to put my ice cream. I put it to the bottom, but you could put it further down. You don't want to put it too far up because you want to cover that up. So I felt that was good right there. And then I can glue dot on my bow that I made. So let me grab glue dot. I hope you're having a great week. It's been pretty good over here. This coming week, I am due to get my 2nd COVID vaccine, so keep me in your thoughts that I don't have very many side effects. I'm a little nervous because they said with the 2nd dose you are likely to potentially get more side effects, but I've had a couple friends that have gotten it so far and they said it wasn't bad, so fingers crossed. I'm supposed to go Tuesday, but I have to wait tomorrow to get my confirmation, so I'll let you know on Tuesday when I post my Casing Tuesday project if that's the day or not. Okay, so there's my card, and that's how I made it originally, but then I thought, well, maybe I could use some bling. It's kind of girly. I could definitely use some bling. So, oops, I just crashed into the camera, sorry. And I thought, I've been using these a lot. These are the Elegant Faceted Gems. And they're from the main catalog. And I just thought the clear ones are really fun because I just lost it inside the card. Oh my goodness. Okay, come over here. So I'm thinking I'll just sprinkle a couple on. The kind of clear are fun because they kind of go with everything. So I'm just gonna add a couple. I don't know, maybe I'll put one right on the tag too. So let me know what you think. Here was the original, and then here's some with some of the Elegant Faceted gems. How do I want to say dots? Okay, so this is really kind of girly and pink, so I wanted to make a version that was good for masculine as well with the same paper and the same layout. So let me give you a peek at that. I'm not going to make it live this morning. My voice has been really hoarse the past couple days. Last night I was actually hoping that I'd be able to do the live because I was like, I want to be able to do the live and show things off for Sale-A-Bration. So I am here, but I got, you know, a huge glass of water that I keep taking sips from for my voice. So I use Seaside Spray for this. This is the same paper, the paper blooms. You can kind of see it's almost like a navy and Seaside Spray, like zebra type pattern. That would be really cute with the Zany Zebras stamp set. But then I just kept the same, you know, overall coloring with the soft sea foam and my cone and my tag. But I didn't put any embellishments. So let me know what you think. I could maybe do a bow, or maybe I could even do a knot. So let me know what you think for embellishing for masculine cards. So those are my projects for today. I totally kind of veered off from what I had planned. I had planned to use the Paper Blooms paper, but I also wanted to do a box. So I'll probably do the box that I had planned for next week. And let me see, I did want to mention my host code for January. There's 1 week left to use my January host code, which is HZCFTHBR, and I'll post that in the details below. I will be closing that out on January 31st, next Sunday, and I am for ordering on that host code through my online store. So if I've inspired you to go on and get anything today, I will post the link on where to order. And if you spend $50 this month, I'm going to be sending you 4 make and takes with the True Love Specialty Designer Series paper. The True Love Designer Series paper, let me clarify that. And then if you spend over $100 by January 31st, I will be sending you a sample of all the Sale-A-Bration Designer Series papers, a free embellishment, and then the 4 make and takes. So let's see. A couple other things I just wanted to go over since it's Sale-A-Bration. I guess I'll just keep the camera down for a minute. So for every $50 that you order, you get to pick a level 1 reward. So looking at the paper blooms on page 3, you'll see a little medallion here. You can spend any $50 during Sale-A-Bration through February 28th and get a free item. And then there's a couple items that are free with a $100 purchase. So let me kind of move towards the back. The A Touch of Ink stamp set is free with any $100 purchase. And then the Berry Blessings bundle is free with a $100 purchase. So, and you can, what's the word I'm looking for? You can stack these together. So if you wanted the Berry Blessings, the bundle, it's a stamp set and designer series paper, but you also wanted the paper blooms, you would have to put in a $150 order. And at a $150 order, you would actually earn host rewards. So let me move to this page here, page 17 in the Sale-A-Bration catalog. When you place an order that's at least $150, you start to earn rewards at 10%, so you would earn $15. Stampin' Up! Is also sweetening the pot during Sale-A-Bration, that if you spend $300 or more, you're going to actually get a free stamp set called Punch Party. And I will be featuring this on one of my Sale-A-Bration Sunday episodes in February. So it coordinates with a whole bunch of our punches. But you have to spend at least $300 to get the free punch, and then you would get 12% host rewards. So you would get additional 12% free with your order, and then so on. So once you get to $450, you get 14%, and so on. So I wanted to mention that. And then at the back of the catalog, I do want to mention joining my team during Sale-A-Bration. So let me put the camera back up, and I'll just go over this really quick with the camera up and end the video this week. So yeah, I haven't actually used this paper, the Paper Blooms, that often, so I'm kind of excited to use it. I'm going to feature it in my Casing Tuesday project on Tuesday on my blog, so Janine, you'll check that out, I'm sure. So yeah, I was thinking knots for the masculine card. I'll come up with something and post later today with the card. And I just wanted to talk about joining my team during Sale-A-Bration. So anybody with a wish list of $125 or more, this is the great time to join during Sale-A-Bration through February 28th. You're going to get 5 packs of 6x6 designer series paper. That's actually a preview of paper that's coming out in our annual catalog later this spring. So it's a great value. It's $125 of merchandise, but you pay $99, and you get free shipping, a free paper pumpkin, just like the one-time paper pumpkin. So you immediately save 20%, because it's, you know, if you were going to place the order for $125, you're paying $99 and getting the free shipping. So if your wish list is over $125, I will, you know, please send me a message or a text and let's chat about joining my team. I am going to hold a I Love Stamping Night in February. I think I picked Friday, February 12th, but I'll have that on my calendar and out to my mailing list later this week. So we'll just gather on Zoom, and I'll answer any questions that you have about joining. And anybody that's actually placed over $100 in the past year, or if you've been on my team before and you've dropped, I will be reaching out to you individually too, to just make sure you're aware that you can join and save the 20% with your starter kit. So that's it for this week. Oh, plus part of that is I wanted to mention today is because we do have a Zoom team meeting next Sunday, January 31st at 3 o'clock Eastern on Zoom. So if you were interested and you wanted to come as my guest to kind of check out what we do, we talk some business, we have a lot of fun, we share samples with each other. Usually somebody does like a presentation, a couple presentations normally. So it's a really fun team, and I really like because it's on Zoom. We're all over the country right now, so we can all kind of gather together safely in our own homes, and so it's a fun time. So that's next Sunday, and I will leave that for this week. And this week I'll be following up with people about joining, because we have about a month left of Sale-A-Bration, and it's February 28th. It's going to come quick. It's amazing that we're already like 1 week to the end of the month already, so it doesn't seem like we just said Happy New Year. Anyways, have a great week. I'll be back on Tuesday with a Casing Tuesday project on my blog at christinestamps.blogspot.com, and I'll be working on my February classes this week. If you took the sampler class over my shoulder, I am finishing packaging the kits today, so I'll be in touch with you about picking up, and long distance I'll be shipping tomorrow. So have a great week. I'll see you next week.